Welcome to the podcast for the sisters and bros. It will make you laugh from your head to your toes. Talking about their lives, from the highs to the lows. And the name of the title goes, The Sloppy Joes.
Welcome everyone to the Sloppy Joes podcast. It is Joe and Joe.
How you doing?
Very good. And Ethan James, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yes, hello everyone.
Oh,
Star of the
wow,
show.
he starts up
Someone's
high.
had some sleep this time, haven't they?
Yes.
Last two podcasts we've recorded, Ethan didn't sleep the night before.
You are
My
penniless.
Yeah. Ethan's took my pen off me.
Penniless. Penis, penniless, penisless. You don't have a pen.
Right.
And not only did you give Ethan your pen, you give him... What kind of pen do you give him?
A fountain pen. Because
What year is this?
I like a fountain pen.
What is the fountain pen? It's not something you get when you're over 50 and you sign up to like life insurance.
No, that's the Parker pen,
Of
which can be
course.
in fountain mode.
Yes.
But I think the one you get these days is typically your biro.
Okay.
But I like a fountain pen, and it is simply because it feels a bit old-fashioned and a bit kind of decadent and kind of expensive and nice. But I like a fountain pen. But this is quite a modern-looking fountain pen. Anyway, I lent it to Ethan. Ethan borrowed it from me. And I said to him about 3 times, don't press down too hard.
What happens if you press down to it?
This is just real deep fountain pen nerd
Fountain
shit.
pen 101.
But fountain pens, to a certain extent, the nib will mould to the cadence of the writer.
Oh, God, that makes it feel a bit weird.
What did that
inside.
sentence do for you?
The nib
Yes.
will mould. So you've sort of got like a memory foam pen.
Well, when you think, a normal pen, let's say, how many miles of ink are in a normal pen? Let's say there's 2 miles of ink in a pen, if you're just drawing on a single piece of paper.
Great question, though, isn't it?
It is a good question, actually. A fountain pen, theoretically, is infinite. So over 5 years of use or 2 years of use, the steel rubbing against the paper over and over will eventually wear certain patterns into the nibby.
How is it infinite?
Well, because you rechange the cartridges, don't you?
Ah,
So it never runs out.
okay.
A biro, once it runs out of ink, what are you going to do? You can't refill the ink.
True.
So I gave it to him and said, don't press down too hard, because the nib separates like that, and it bends and you can warp the tip and all that. And the next thing he's going, it's splashing all over me, because he's clearly pressing down too hard, meaning that's separating and too much ink's coming out.
Are you known for this, are you, Ethan?
For pressing too hard and writing too hard, I am a bit. So I never really knew how to hold a pen, so I hold a pen like this.
Wow, really aggressive.
Like someone's trying to take it off you.
Yeah, we're not going to steal it back.
No.
I am.
Yeah, of course, one day.
Yeah.
And this obviously probably means a lot of pressure, maybe compared to the usual. However, normal people.
No
write.
one holds a pencil out or
Not
a pen
like
out, but
Spider-Man.
yeah. What was that?
What was that like?
Yeah, so the ink goes straight out. It's like a jet of ink out the wrist.
But no one wanted to sit next to me during exams because I used to always make a racket. Because
You
talking about?
press
How
your
can
pen
you
down
make
so
rackets?
hard. What are you doing? Carving your answers into the table? How hard do you have to press a pen down for it to be noisy?
so you get like a little square desk, don't you? And there's loads of little square desks all over the sports hall.
Yeah.
And
Oh, sorry, you want to say something?
A toast.
Sorry, Ethan wants to say.
Ethan's already talking, but he interrupted himself.
I've never...
He's like, oh, so I just... oh, sorry, me. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead. So you're in the sports hall.
yep, and they must think well, I don't know what they're thinking I'm doing, but basically I'm writing,
Yeah.
and
The
table,
wanking as well at the same time then
The-
when you kept doing it.
the table just is rocking. And
You're
like,
pressing down
If
so
the
hard, the
table's
table's
rocking,
moving.
don't come knocking.
yeah,
You're pressing down so hard, the table's moving.
This is fascinating.
it just rocks non-stop all the way through the exam. So if you're next to, so I'm worse for like English or whatever, because I'm just like
How
writing that essay.
unbelievably annoying that would be. Just
Yeah.
next to you.
So
Whole
people
time.
who generally go,
Ah,
what?
I've got ink all over my fingers.
Oh my God, is it?
Can I have my pen back? I've never been more worried about an item
God.
of mine being
How
broken
you got
or
ink
lost.
everywhere?
It's just a terrible pen. This.
So, when you were doing your exams,
Yeah.
who was the most like vocal? It keeps awing it. What's going on? Oh my God! For the audio listeners, Ethan's lifted up his hand, and it looks like he's been fingering Barbie.
What?
She has a blue vagina.
What?
Does Barbie have a blue vagina?
What are you saying? She famously has no vagina.
Does she not? Oh, congratulations.
No. Where have you got that idea
I
from?
thought it was part of the song.
Go.
For some reason, something reminded me that Barbie's got a blue vagina.
Sing the song where it says it.
Oh, Barney. And maybe it's Barney the dinosaur with the blue vagina. There's too many bees kicking about.
He's a boy. Anyway.
Well, let's not build up boundaries.
Ethan,
show us your blue finger. All right then, a Smurf. Ethan's
good.
been fingering a Smurf.
And it's that sort of off-the-cuff witty banter from Joe McGrath that will keep people
I've got an
tuning
idea.
into this podcast.
I've got an idea. Let's cut all that out, yeah? Ethan.
For the audio listeners.
Ethan.
Oh.
Show us your fingers again. Have you been fingering a Smurf? Yes.
What he should have done, if he was smart, he'd have shown you the other hand that had no ink on it, and he'd have left you right up the river like a something. How have you been anyway?
I've been good. By the way, on exams, were you good in them situations?
Yeah, fine.
Did anything ever happen to you?
Oh.
What? What are you saying, Ethan?
I know someone who masturbated in an exam.
Sure.
No, that's a lie.
No, he did.
That's a lie.
Like you assumed he, and you were right to assume he. That's such a male thing to do, isn't it?
Such a dirty thing to do.
Yeah, I can't say any more than that, but I don't know if they watch, probably not. But if they do, they know it's them.
And did he complete it?
Completion.
What did he get
I
overall?
think it was a sort of hand in pocket, squeeze thigh together combo method that sort of got it there.
Incredible. And then poor people thought he was just writing hard like Ethan.
Yeah, exactly. The
When
sub was
actually-
rocking back and forth that day. You know what I mean?
Did you-
How gross is that though?
Mad.
One of the best things I've ever heard though.
Yeah.
Insane.
It's crazy.
And getting that done in the most silent of environments.
Was he spotted, True, or did
No, I think he
did he
was
just tell
playing-
everyone?
What?
Did he just tell everyone?
No, they told me.
Why?
Just funny, innit?
What do you think he did with the stuff?
I think it just stayed in the sort of pouch.
It would have been awful if he just launched it.
No, don't do that. That wouldn't have been awful. That would have been sexual assault, obviously. Are you worried about losing your hair? You won't be surprised to find out that 1 in 5 men start losing their hair in their 20s. That is where Suns comes in. Suns are a men's healthcare brand that offer clinically proven licensed hair loss treatments for less than a cup of coffee per day. They've treated over 50,000 customers and their treatments deliver results in 9 out of 10 men.
I've signed up for a 12-week program, and I can tell you, it's very easy. All you got to do is take their 1-minute online consultation, and Suns will tailor a subscription treatment plan specifically for your needs. Although, maybe not for your needs.
Well, this is very exciting because I'm looking out for you and you need this treatment. So go to suns.co.uk and use the code Joe40 to get 40% off your treatment. That is mad, innit?
That is a lot.
40%. And that adds up to 80 quid off a 6-month treatment. It's a lot of money.
I'm going to give it a go and you'll hopefully see some progression here in my head. There are no contracts or hidden charges and it all can be delivered straight to your door as easy as that. I could be looking like Joe Smith in 12 weeks' time.
And so could you. Go to suns.co.uk and use the code Joe40. The link is in the description. What
Yeah, I
did you
was
do
good
at
in
school?
exams. And we've
Did
talked
you
about
do
this
school or
in
did you
drop.
get
Yeah, I
sent
did.
to a sort of like, don't know.
No, I did
Somewhere you had
school.
to just
I was
look
fine
after
at
guinea
school.
pigs
I
and
was
stuff.
okay at school.
Yeah.
I was a bit of mischievous at school. Used to get knocked down in like my classes, maths class. Told you about the maths class. Could only get a B.
Oh yeah, because you were in the low set.
Yeah.
It's so weird that they do that, isn't it? So
Tight,
there's two different exams. One where you can get from like fail, obviously, to A star, and then but one where you can only get from fail to B.
I know, and that's the one I got put in because I used to, we used to do a thing called Fart Fridays on a Friday.
What was that?
We used to try and fart on a Friday.
Oh, yeah.
It resulted in a couple of near farts experiences. Near shit yourself experiences.
Yeah.
And we used to love just a classic game of grape throwing.
That's not a game, is it?
Yeah, it is. Someone has the red grapes. We have the green ones. You just fucking.
How do you know who wins?
Whoever's got the more scars.
Yeah.
Got red down your face. You're a loser.
Ethan, is it true I had a rumour that you were in the maths class where the best you could get was an E? Is that true?
No.
Yeah, especially if
Did you do well at GCSEs and stuff?
I had Gary the maths tutor when I was doing maths because I wasn't very good at maths, and I got a D in my mock before the exam, so I got Gary round, and we used to make him fruitcake, and he used to love fruitcake, Gary, and he was a very lovely man, Gary, actually. He got me a B. Not like an insect.
So when you say there's a man who...
He brought a couple of bees.
He brought you a bee and he loved fruitcake. Was he a horse? Was he a donkey at Skegness? Right, you've not done very well in your exams. We're going to take you to Gary the donkey. He won't teach you fuck all, but he'll make you happy.
Where did you find Gary from?
Gary the You're the only adult who's light enough to ride him. Get on.
He was a mum's friend, and I had another tutor for my politics AS levels. I got him because I failed my AS level first term, and I was 1 mark off a C. And then I had the politics tutor, and I got bang on the C, so he improved me by a mark.
But what a crucial mark that is.
Yeah.
Those boundary marks are worth their weight in gold.
Oh, fucking quality. This weekend, me and Ethan and yourself have been at Manchester Wingfest.
Finally, the day has come. You've been talking about Wingfests general for 2 years, 18 months.
So, before I talk to you about what happened over the weekend, your initial thoughts, please, Ethan James.
Wow, what a day out.
Bear in mind, they are the principal sponsor of some of the recent shows.
Yes. No, he actually enjoyed it.
Oh.
No, I did. It was great. So rocked up, and then you get there, and I got to go in the VIP queue, which felt quite good because I don't get to do that too often. Actually, I have done it quite often recently.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
But usually you just snuck in
so
after
the best
a
part,
gig.
hold on, the best part so far has been the queue.
So we're getting into the queue, and then it didn't take very long in the VIP queue. So you get in rather quickly, and you have a look around, and the first thing that happened to me was someone came up to me and said, "Would you like a cap?" And I went, "What's that going to be, 20, 30 quid?" And they went, "No, it's free." So I went, "Oh, I'll have that then."
Yes, get all the free biz.
Yep. So popped that on my head. Went to get a few beers. Had a few tries of some wings from different places, all competing against each other to try and win the prize of the greatest wing in the world, or the West. Is it the West?
Yeah,
Greatest wing in the West.
Yes.
What is this? 1890.
Greatest wing in the West.
The greatest wing in the West. What do you mean? The greatest wing in the Northwest, maybe.
Yes. Yeah. No, in the world.
Right. So not the West at all, then.
No, was it the West of the world?
I was referring to the Western world.
You can't really.
Yeah, because of course there are some wings in the Philippines that will knock your ruddy socks
Yes,
off.
they
They're not
will.
even going up against them.
Spicy, I bet. Anyway, what do you mean? What's that?
Move on.
For you, Ethan, what was the highlight?
Oh, probably the wings were definitely up there. They were one of the highlights.
Tell you what, does what it says on the fucking tin, doesn't it, Wingfest?
It was interesting to see Ethan getting about. He looked like he was just loving life.
Can I jump in a bit here? It is exactly what it says on the tin. I've never known a more Ron Seal event than this.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, when you hear the word Glastonbury?
Yeah.
And it's like what is it? A music festival. But people who go there, it's more than just a music festival. There's magicians, there's comedians,
Yes.
there's this, that, there's like all sorts. There's go-karts. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's all sorts of mad stuff. Roller coasters and stuff. Wingfest is wings to the point of a fest.
The bone.
Isn't it? It's so wing heavy.
There's free entertainment.
Yeah. I know.
2 stages.
Yeah.
The balls.
What's the entertainment, you ask? Chicken wing eating competition. It's incredible. And the lines were. I'll say this because if people who go, the lines were quite long for the food, but they went down really quickly.
Yes.
Which is to be fair, because I think the lines are quite big, and then you get in one, and 2 minutes later at the front, which was very good. I had a few wings.
Yes.
All very nice.
Go on, you can say a but now. The sponsorship's over.
No, this is nothing to do with that. The fest itself was beautifully put on.
Cool.
I love chicken wings, but they exist within this bandwidth of possibility, don't they?
Not
There is a
really.
real upper limit to how good a chicken wing can be.
Okay.
Because you are confined to the structures of what is a bird's arm. Aren't you, really?
Yeah.
So there's not like, oh, what can we do with it? We can't dice it. Once it's off the bone, it's no longer a wing. So it is the thing it is with just a series of different drizzles. The buffalo sauce is still king. Everyone's putting on a buffalo.
It was beautiful.
And
on
then
the
I tell you
weekend
what,
as
it was
well.
the year of this year, and you can tell me if it was last year. Was it not the year of the peanut butter?
Yeah.
You've been saying this, and
I've
now
been
I
saying
realise
this
why
for
you've been
years.
saying it.
No.
Because
this
you've
is-
been
I
to
didn't even
Wingfest
know.
Bristol, Wingfest
That's still to come.
Mogadishu,
Birmingham's still
Wingfest
to come.
Birmingham, Wingfest
I've
London.
been flying the satay flag for a
You
long
have.
time.
It was very satay heavy, to the point of peanut butter and jelly wings.
Did you try one?
No, got scared.
They were quite nice.
Were they?
What do you remember your favourite wing of the weekend?
Yeah, it was the first one I had, the one with the creamy buffalo sauce. What was that?
Where was that?
I'm not sure. It was called like Cluck Fest, King Clucker.
Yeah, you'd get there eventually if you kept
Cluckers.
going down
Do you know
this
what I mean?
route.
Cluck
Maybe
yourself.
Filthy Wings.
Go cluck yourself.
Go cluck yourself.
That was it.
Mother cluckers.
Yeah.
Ethan, what was your wing of the weekend?
Oh, well, the first little shack that you took me to, which didn't have much of a queue, was bloody delicious. And I turned the corner and I thought, I'll go back there. Went back there and there was queues that could stretch a mile. And so
Everyone in there was going, if it's good enough for James, it's good enough for me. Well,
that-
they all saw you in that queue and they wanted it themselves.
Yes.
damn right, it was beautiful. But then I spoke to Mr. McGrath and he went, you're looking for the greatest wing of Wingfest? And I went, yes, please.
And he
And
lowered his trousers, didn't he? And there, deep fried, was the drumstick of all drumsticks, oozing its own personal sauce. Wasn't it? But it was no satay. It was a silky white chocolate number. And down he devoured it, didn't you, Ethan James, you dirty little boy? Under the DJ desk, noshing to completion.
What's listening to Kate Nosh?
Nice!
Anyway, what was it? Ginger wings?
No, it was the
And they
ginger
won.
wing.
They
won.
They won.
Oh,
Best wings.
damn right, they were
Congratulations, Ginger Wings.
brilliant. Yeah, that's fair.
How was DJing for both of you?
Loved it. I was. It
You were
wasn't-
nervous.
No,
Ethan took a shine
In all
to it.
honesty, I was quite nervous, but more so than the nerves, I didn't know what I was doing. I was ill prepared. But luckily, DJing, for everyone at home who's never DJ'd, it is exactly what you think it is. It is
Well, unless you're like
song.
a pro.
Yeah, but you were paid for it, so technically you're a professional DJ.
I was mainly paid for me trying to get the crowd going.
Yeah, but it
Um,
is song, press, play, slide fader up, slide other fader of last song down, isn't it?
Yeah.
To a
Well,
large extent.
the proper professionals would get like different tunes on the go, spin a couple, and mix in.
No,
I
they
don't
wouldn't.
know. There's not much you can really do with a stroke song.
Oh, but what a stroke song! it was,
You pick 5 songs, and Ethan picked 5 songs.
Yeah.
Then as soon as you're in front of a crowd, I just saw both of you go, I don't like any of the songs.
Yeah, because the thing is, normally when it's a DJ set, the crowd come in cold, and you build your way through a set. When I arrive, and what is playing is, what was it, like Sweet Home Alabama, and what were some of the other songs, like some of the biggest hitters of all time. You don't fuck around when it comes to like, we might have heard it before. You just go in with, you type in, like, summer barbecue playlist, press play and leave it. Like, you can't start slow and build up when the last song was fucking Come On Eileen. Do you know what I mean? So I had to go in harder than I was expecting, because otherwise I was like running alongside the treadmill and trying to jump on.
was
And
to
it
just
fucking-
go slow.
No, my plan was to
Be
do you know what I mean? Here's what we feel. Oh, the ocean. We turn on the wave machine. To start with, they've only got little waves like this. You know, you could have a toddler in there. But by the end,
Wow, yeah, take the toddlers away.
the toddlers have been dragged under. They're gone. But there was no chance to build that, because when I arrived, it was tsunami effect already. But yeah, so we went in. Roger Sanchez, Another Chance was a particular hit.
Yeah,
of
it
mine.
was good. Ethan, how was your experience DJing?
I thought I was great. I was looking around, and Drew was like saying things like, "Oh, what's your next song? What's your next song?" And he'd give me a bit of a countdown. You go, "You've only got 45 seconds," and I'd be scrolling through, and then I'd fall upon something like "Hey Ya," and Drew would be like, "Oh, I'm not too sure about that, Ethan," and I'd go, "No, I'm gonna stand by this. I'm gonna do it." and I'd hit play, and then I'd look at segments in the crowd, and I'd see the head bopping away, and I'd just think, their head's bopping away because of me.
It's nice, isn't it?
True, it's a nice feeling.
You got some heads bopping.
My only reason about like telling Ethan off is because he picked 5 songs and I think he played one of them.
No, I played 2 in the end. I played The Killers, and I played Sam Fender, Howden Aldi Death Cue.
And I think we can admit the Sam Fender one was a mistake.
Did it fall on deaf ears?
Oh, it was. It's just Sam Fender
class.
screaming at
A
people
lot of
for
little
2
fans
minutes.
there.
Yes,
And
the
they are
little boys
rival
were in.
supermarchés.
Earlier on that Saturday was a little tiff with me and not little.
Who's Little Tiff? Is that one of the presenters? Who's she?
A little tiff between me and Rich, who's the brains behind the Wingfest, because for some reason a lot of the sort of families with wild kids, and these kids were like
feral.
Yeah, you'd have to lock them up.
They'll bite the wing straight off the bird.
Man, these kids were mental.
Okay.
They were like crazy kids.
Trim that.
Yeah, no, mental. And I somehow had them all sitting around my stage. Maybe because the rain was falling a little bit, but
Do you
essentially
think it's because you look
like
a bit
solid.
like Shrek?
Yeah.
And they recognise that. Sort of, you
and
look
then when
like
Ethan came, there's the donkey.
Yeah, so you sort of look like you're somewhere between when Shrek is transitioning back from being a man, and he got trapped in the middle somehow.
Yeah. It's just like that. Anyway, so Rich.
And then Ethan's Pinocchio, obviously, isn't there? Oh, I'm gonna be a DJ boy.
I like my life.
Oh.
Sorry, Ethan.
Sorry, Ethan. And, Rich
I don't
said-
agree with Joe, by the way. No, go on.
Rich said that we're going to do a donut competition.
Brilliant.
And he said, we've had an idea, we've had a chat, because there's loads of kids about, we'll do the donut competition for the kids.
Wow.
So they can eat these donuts. Anyway, these feral fuckers,
Oh my God.
and I don't care about the kids, fuckers, came on stage, right? And they're like, I want to do it, like being dead aggressive to me. One at a time. Not beds, right? 4 of them, got 4 of them up, right? And then, boom, we're away. Donut eating competition. One donut was quite large.
How big was the donut?
Big. It was a big
What,
donut.
so like this?
No, bigger than that. And the idea
Like
is
this
that...
big?
I've got a video which I'll put in now.
Yeah. And Rich said to me, he said, listen, the idea is to probably stuff the faces and they won't finish it, and there's the joke, and then you just move on. Oh, right, so they're fucking going for it.
Oh, no.
And then this one kid at the end starts choking.
Because it, and presumably, because obviously it's not like, in my head I was worried that it was just sort of you and your mates in a field with like a little deep fryer, but it's a proper festival field.
Yeah. So it
presumably
wasn't necessarily a
because
choke, it was more she was going to be
But
sick.
presumably because it's so well set up, you've got these kids to sign forms, their parents have signed forms.
Something like that.
Have they signed anything at this point?
Anyway, the kid at the end is going to be sick. And she's crying, but she's going to be sick. But guess what? She doesn't want to give up.
Guess
so
what?
she's eating whilst throwing up, whilst eating.
And here's the great thing
whilst
about Joe
crying.
McGrath. Here's the mind of Joe McGrath, right? Immediately, think content. And you go, impromptu sick eating competition.
No,
and
as soon as I saw
the
it
biggest
crying,
perverts in the crowd.
As soon as I saw it crying, I went, right, that's it, done, this is done. I stopped everyone and said, I'm not doing this anymore. I turned to Rich and said, I'm not a fucking kids entertainer.
I'm so glad you said entertainer and that.
And then, oh, sorry. And then I went, right, where's your mum? And she's crying, she's throwing up. Her mum's filming it all.
Oh, wow.
Loving life.
Pissing herself.
This is great for one day out. Pissed on
Being sick.
a couple of gin and tonics, like that, being sick. Anyway, and then he goes, right, okay, sorry about that, but one final thing you got to do. We've got a pinata here. It's 150 quid on it. It's full of sweets. Just keep them entertained. Get one of these, another feral madhead out of the crowd. Fucking kid like that. Tied a finger around her. I said, right, I'll spin you around. I just wanted to get done with this point because I wanted to get the tunes on, get going. I'll spin you around a couple of times and I'll place you, this was key, and I said this to her 3 times, I'll place you directly in line of sight.
All you got to do is swing, baby.
Yeah, right? Spun around 3 times, right? It's in front of you. First thing she did, turned around and twatted the DJ equipment so hard, it broke the bat.
Is she on stage?
She's on stage. There was a gasp. The sound engineers lost their head.
The bat snaps on the DJ equipment.
Yes, right. Yeah, that's how hard she hit it. 2 grand's worth of equipment. Then she realises the bat snap, so she takes her blindfold off, goes, ah! She jumps at the pinata, rips its fucking, like it was rips
like a
his
bear,
head open,
like a bear on a deer.
rips the sweets everywhere. I went, what the fuck is going on? Animals.
Did you pick up a lot of the sweeties though?
No.
Did you not?
No. Played some tunes and looked forward to when it was an adults only
I did
session.
actually. So that was the Saturday. I spoke to him, Rich, and he did mention something about a piñata. He literally said there was a problem with the piñatas.
Yeah.
So was there another one?
Rich was there. No, Rich saw the whole thing. He stayed with me on the stage.
He was still scarred by it the next day.
He couldn't believe it. He spent 150 quid to bring this mad piñata over from Spain just to see this girl rip it up like an execution joke.
Really?
Because she broke the bat on DJ equipment and ripped it open. Anyway, apart from that, the weekend was brilliant. I loved it at the time of my life. Saturday and then Sunday is amazing. I absolutely loved it.
You love it, don't you?
I absolutely love it.
You're sort of like the main face of the whole weekend as well, aren't you?
It is quality.
You are Mr. Fest.
It is Mr. Fest. I absolutely love it.
Well, that's your sort of life. Guess what I've been doing today?
What?
I woke up and went to a 7 a.m. yoga class.
Did you really?
Namaste.
Namaste. What does that mean?
What?
What does namaste mean?
It just means sort of... That was the yoga class, wasn't it, guys?
Okay, nice. Namaste.
But in Japanese.
Oh, is it?
Don't know. So, wake up at 6. Breathe in the sea air.
Where are you?
Stockport.
Oh.
And you just go
Amazing.
there. And it's everything like you've seen on a film. Have you ever been to a yoga class? I'd never been before. It was...
Have I ever been to a yoga class? What a rhetorical question that was. Have I ever been to a yoga class? Closest I ever got to a yoga class is when I was 16. Andy went to one with his mum, and they all got a free biscuit at the end. So I was like, fucking hell, I'll go.
Trying to sneak
Bit
in
of
for the
work
last
for
5 minutes.
Bit of work for a digestive. I'm in. Easy. So did you enjoy
That's
it?
why you give blood, isn't it? Because you get a blue
Guinness.
ribbon at the end.
Oh.
I loved it. It's really hard. It's not easy. It's not just like old people sort of sat down having a big breather like I thought it was. I thought you'd go there and just sort of go and just think about like all the bad things from your childhood or whatever, and then until you cry and then you leave. It's not that. You sort of stand up and then you have to put your leg through your hands, and you stood there like this, and then it's like straighten your knees, and then you have to sort of get your arms around your back and grip your back. Also, it was incredible. I'm going to go again. I'm going to go every Wednesday.
Every
Until
Wednesday
I'm
at
so flexible
7 a.m.
that I can put my leg up here, behind my head, and salute you for the beautiful man you
Yeah,
are.
we need a list of all these things that you're going to do. And I can't wait. Sort of tick them off, Ethan.
Normally that would infuriate me, but I've got a sense of sort of now about me, where I just live in the moment. And that what you said there, that cruel thing about me sort of suggesting that I do things and then don't follow through, that's gone. That was in the past. I'm in the now. So I've been to yoga this morning. It was fantastic.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Joe versus Joe.
Bum, 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 bum.
A lot of people saying I was guilty last week of cheating, and I'll do a lie detector test to reveal.
Well, you already know.
Wasn't.
We've tried to look into this before. We know renting a lie detector is about 300 quid, so you know we're not going to do that. So you're safe there. All we have to do is hope that you're the man that we all hope you aren't.
So the forfeit is being Ethan's assistant for a day, a full-on 24 hours.
Yeah. You have to do everything he says.
And it's 1st to 7 wins.
First
And I
wins.
believe it's 5-3.
You believe it's 5-3. Because last week you went,
Oh,
it's
who's
5-2.
texting you here, by the way?
It's 5-2. I'm looking at our messages.
Oh, right,
You went, it's 5-2. So we started on the basis it was 5-2. I
Yeah.
don't feel right. I'm sure it might be 6-2.
It does feel right.
So I went back and looked, and that was last week was the first Joe versus Joe we've done since we've been to America. Because the one in America with Adam we didn't do one. The first one back we didn't do one.
Yeah.
Because we had too much to talk about. So I went back to the one before America that was filmed in the studio, one which I won to make it 5-1. So you winning the last one makes it 5-2 now. It's not 5-3. It's 5-2. Okay.
Oh, is it 5-2?
So it's not
Where did I
5-3 or
get 3
6-3.
from,
Well, you
Ethan?
gave yourself an extra point because you're a known cheater.
So it's 5-2.
It is now 5-2 after you won the last
Right,
one.
okay. So it could be 5-3 by the end of today.
Well, it could be 5-4 if you just keep lying like you normally do.
Yes.
But it's time for Joe versus Joe. Ethan James. This is my chance to go 6-2 ahead and your chance to bring it back to 5-3.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. So the theme of the questions so far have all fell under the category of questions about the world and real life things. And now
Where's this
I've
going?
received a list of
A list of things that are wrong.
He finds that he struggles when he's to read some. What's
He's
going
good
on
at
here?
reading. He's good at reading.
This email is from Alex Taylor, and he says, "Hi Joe, and Ethan. I have a different style of Joe versus Joe for you to play. A game of ethics and consequence."
Interesting. Now, how will the concept of ethics work for a known cheater in Joe McGrath? A man with seemingly no ethical backbone whatsoever.
Okay, Ethan, go on. Let's have it. What's going on here? Not being stood up. What? Go on. Ethan, go. Fucking hell.
This round is called the moral dilemma.
Woo! I like this. This is nice, isn't it? We like this, we
Right,
like
question one, go on. Go on.
Here are a series of moral dilemmas that Ethan must first answer silently, and then the two Joes must answer based on what they think Ethan would do in these unusual circumstances. This will tell us how well they know Ethan and how good a person they believe him to be. I look forward to you playing this on the podcast. I have my answers all selected. I've not written them down, but I'll write them down just before you answer it.
Okay.
So there's proof of that. But
Ethan,
I know my answers.
For the sake of just the quiz, will you answer them genuinely?
Yes.
You're not answering them like as a jokey.
No.
You're being your actual opinion on these questions.
This is what I would actually do in this scenario.
Love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, am I a good lad? Am I a bad lad? Am I such a bundle of fun?
Sexy lad.
Oh, we'll find out as we play the moral dilemma.
Yeah. Boom.
Second boom. The music should have already been playing.
Keep boom.
Question 1.
Can't cheat on this. Let me see your screen.
Can't Google what Ethan would do.
You see an old lady drop a £20 note on the floor. Nobody else is around except her and you. What do you do? A. Do you say, "Excuse me," and tell her you saw her drop it? B. Sneakily pick it up and never say anything. C. Pick it up and donate half to charity. D. Pick it up and offer to buy her a drink, which you secretly pay with her own money, woo her, and then make love.
Wow. See, I think there's another option that Ethan would actually do, which is not only would he try and keep it for himself, but he'd try and get her told off for littering.
Yes.
He'd ring the police,
The £1,000 fine.
£1,000 fine. This woman here is littering. I've picked it up now, but it was a tenner. I've kept that. But let's put her in prison as well, shall we? Sorry,
Right.
can you just quickly go through the answers again?
Last time, I'll do it once more.
Just quickly.
Listen.
A. Say excuse me and tell her you saw her drop it.
Yeah.
B. Sneakily pick it up and never say anything. C. Pick it up and donate half to charity. D.
Yeah.
Pick it up and offer to buy her a drink, which you secretly pay with her own money, woo her and make love.
Yeah.
Right.
The answer is A, isn't it?
It is. I thought
A.
A because I think Ethan is actually quite a nice
Ethan
bloke.
would. I almost feel like I've seen him do this. He would definitely tell them.
Excuse me, miss.
Sorry, mate. You've dropped a little coinage.
A.
The answer is A. And
Of course.
I once done this before on school grounds where there was a tenner that somebody dropped, and I returned it to the pastoral office, which is the care office for school, and I give it to them. And then they took us out during the lesson and they went, for finding that tenner and returning it, Ethan, we would like to reward you with a £5
So they kept a fiver then.
Fucking hell.
I love that. They chose answer C.
Yeah, dirty bastard.
Yep, so they kept...
No, it wasn't
I chose
answer D.
answer B. Whichever it was. They kept half and gave you half.
They took you out for a drink, tried to
Also,
woo you.
so stupid to hand a tenner in.
Well-
like it's going to go, see whose it is. Oh, it's got a woman's picture on it. It might be hers. Like, they're never going to know whose tenner it is. Oh, luckily this one's gone. Someone's mum's sewn their name into this tenner, so we knows whose it is.
Well,
Right, what's the next one?
I made a little joke to the person who
God.
took
Is
it.
it a
and-
quick one?
Oh, it's a quick one. I said to her, well, I probably should have kept it. And she went, well, you wouldn't have, because if you saw it on CCTV, you would have got suspended. So I said, all right.
Always great sense of humour in pastoral, isn't
Yeah,
it? Fuck
yeah.
me.
Right, come on, because we need to try and fit in Bradley's episode.
That was not very Christmassy. All right, question 2. You find out that one Joe as cheating with the other Joe's girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Fucking
What
dilemma.
do you do? A. Tell the victim immediately. B. Blackmail the cheating Joe. C. Blackmail the cheating Joe and the cheating girlfriend. D. Join in for a menage a trois. Is that how you say it? I think that means like a threesome, maybe.
Yeah, it does.
Option D's disgusting.
Yeah. Which one of us is doing it, by the way, in your head when you imagine this scenario?
Well, it's just my morals across the board, isn't it,
I
Joe?
know, who do you, when you, because obviously you've had to imagine this
Right,
scenario.
let's not get into it.
Who's
I've
doing
put A.
It's obviously A, isn't it?
Is it? What's this?
This one required a bit more thinking because
Fucking hell.
what I was thinking was, I don't know if it would be my place to say.
Right.
However, because I'm not really that important in your lives, I'm just a little side piece. But I think I probably would tell the victim
Yeah, good.
out of the options available, because the real life option would be just pretend it never happened.
Fucking hell.
Right. Come on then, Ethan. Next one. Fucking.
So it's
So
2-2.
horrible, by the way, that you wouldn't say something
Pretending.
when you know us this well.
Pretending.
Well, I just don't know what I would do. I'd be a lot of pressure. I'd
Yeah, it
buckle. Question 3. You're reversing into a parking space, minding your own business. Will you suddenly hit a parked car, making a large dent? What do you do? A. Write your number on a piece of paper and put it on the mirror. B. Drive away as fast as possible. C. Drive into another nearby car, causing a similar sized dent that would imply it was them, not you. Or D. Just park up and get on with your day.
I think the answer is clear.
What have you got?
Have you written yours down?
Yeah.
I think he's a coward. I think B.
I put B as well.
He's not writing a letter on putting in the thing.
I think you're just getting off.
Yeah,
I also think maybe D was an option. Just park up and get on with your day. But I think you'd be worried that maybe he'd ask for CCTV and then you'd come out and there'd be a kerfuffle. So I think B.
Well, I've selected D, but you've kind of convinced me there, Drew, about the CCTV.
I think you'd get two
But
in your head.
But you hasn't thought about that. You haven't thought about the CCTV yourself.
No.
So you would have gone D, so we both got it wrong.
Yeah. I was thinking I'd just try and, like, act like it didn't really happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've told, I don't know if I told this in the podcast.
We're fine.
We've got till 3:30.
No, we only got till it's done.
I told...
My parking's up at 3:30.
Oh, so it's you.
Hold on, you.
Oh, go on.
Shall I move on to the next
Yes,
question?
do. These long ass stories.
Question 4. You're busy working at Stretford Paddock
Oui.
when suddenly you see Jay stealing a load of pens from the office cupboard.
Wait, you did struggle to find a pen earlier.
Would make sense.
Has this happened?
Yeah. So Jay's stealing the pens in the office cupboard. Jay sees you and begs you not to say anything, telling you he desperately needs them for his family.
What does that mean? I need them for my family. They love a crossword.
Yeah. What do I do? Do I tell someone in charge?
Yeah.
Do I keep quiet? Do I make him give you something in return? Or buy a load of pens and deal them to Jay to benefit your own income?
Certainly not that. Ooh.
I've got mine.
Can you read those answers again?
Yes, I'll read them out again. Is it A, tell someone in charge, B, keep quiet, C, make him give you something in return, or D, buy a load of pens and deal them to Jay to benefit your own income?
What have you put?
You go first.
I
this
put
time.
B.
I put B.
He's got to keep quiet.
The only one I thought is he might try and give it the old, well, what do I get in return, Jay?
Yeah.
He might give it the old C.
What did you put?
The answer's C.
No! Fuck off!
I think
Is
there's
it full?
I think with something like pens, which I feel like there's some joke and humour
Yeah,
to be made.
he could, yeah.
I can maybe get like Joe go, I tell you what, I'll get you a couple of Volvic waters to keep you happy, son lad. You know what I
Nice.
mean?
Yeah. This is it. It's
Wow.
three-
This
three
is it. This
through.
is the winner.
Yes, this is the decider. Question 5.
5.
You meet a mad but not too mad scientist who claims to...
Yeah, mad as in he's doing things other
Yeah,
scientists
yeah,
aren't,
yeah.
not he's eating his own shit.
You're a mad but not too mad scientist who claims to have invented a time machine.
Yeah.
He offers you the chance to go back in time to early episodes of Sloppy Joes and change the outcome of the Street Waffle, the 9 out of 10 Club episode. What do you do? A. Go back and change it. Those beautiful sweet discs deserve to be in the 9 out of 10 Club. B. Refuse, respecting the integrity of the 9 out of 10 Club. C. Go back, change it, and also switch the sides of the table the Joes sit at to see what weird and wonderful butterfly effect it has. Or D. Go back when your parents were teenagers and fuck your mum. That's disgusting.
That's fucking.
That's not
fucking
funny.
rank.
I hadn't read that question yet.
That's
That was disgusting.
It's even worse when you know his stepdad wrote those.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. Now this is good.
I've got my answer.
I've got mine. I hope we don't pick the same one again.
You go first.
I think in Ethan's head, he would think, I'm going to go back, I'm going to change the Street Waffle, and I'll come back to the future. When he got here, he would go, what if I just change this?
Right, really?
I've gone C. I think when he's here, his curiosity would get the better of him, and he'd tweak the table, or maybe not that, but something like that. He'd do something to see what, I wonder what effect that'd have in the future.
Right, here's what I've got. I've got B. I think he respects the 9 out of 10 Club.
Fuck off! It was
He
either A or
does.
C.
I think he respects the 9 out of 10 Club.
He respects no
He
man.
does, he respects it.
This is huge. This is the first time we've not picked the same answer.
Would you like the answer?
Yeah.
The answer I wrote down is B.
Yes! He's a respectable gentleman.
An absolute
You are
lie.
even.
And the
That
reason
is such shit.
the reason I selected B was I think that episode really helped make Sloppy Joes and set it in the foundation. I think one of the main things, the main skits we've done was the whole Stroop Waffle saga. And you know what? If I had to change anything from Sloppy Joes, it wouldn't be that sequence.
What would it be?
Probably, no, I don't know.
You sound like you had an answer.
No.
yeah, you did.
No. No. I think I've loved every minute of the podcast, and I certainly wouldn't change that one moment. So what does that mean for the scores,
It means
Joe?
that it's 5-3.
Oh, bring it on.
2 in a row
I'm
for
nearly
McGrath.
at you. I'm nearly
2 in a
I'm
row
coming
for
you.
McGrath.
I'm coming for you. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finale
Big moment.
of the, what do we call it?
The spicy chicken wars.
The Spicy Chicken Wars. This is D-Day.
D-Day.
Pardon, why did you say it like a
Don't
toddler?
know. D-Day. I'm
D-Day.
very tired. I'll tell you why in a bit.
Go on, tell us why now.
No, you
Right.
already know.
Spicy Chicken Wars is because in Manchester there's this trend of who's got the best dipped spicy burger. It is essentially a fried piece of chicken dipped in spicy sauce with cheese,
can eat that
mayonnaise
for
and
it.
lettuce, and it is a delight. Some people do it crispy chicken. Can you hear me in my voice?
Yeah, it's
some people
ridiculous.
do it. Some people do it with
Do you know when you
more
got-
spice than not. Oh my God! And today we're at the place that started it all.
Oh.
We have gone to Miami Crispy.
Whee.
It's a place in Burnage that has queues all day, every day.
Really?
I was there today, and we have to say this, about an hour and a half ago, because I had a meeting at 1. So this has been sitting here for a while.
This burger is not only sort of slightly cold like they often are with Deliveroo, but this is on the precipice of being legally inedible. I think
Yes.
it was 2 hours after a food has been made.
We're nearly there.
We're an hour and 40 minutes gone. So we do have to take that into account because it's not fair. Although one could say their lack of delivery perhaps hinders their availability.
Yes,
However,
yes.
this is the only way we could get it
This
here.
bad boy up. So this
my
is known as one of the
Fucking
OGs.
hell. Right.
It's a big hunk of chicken on a bun, which you got to count to. It's going to be extra soft. Go on.
Your mouth is so watery. When we have Sky, when we
I've
look
had
after
to-
the dog, before bed...
You got Sky? I thought you had Virgin.
No, I do have Virgin, but the dog. When the last thing before bed, she gets 2 biscuits. So when she hears the lid of the biscuit cupboard go in, the biscuit box, she sits in her bed and sits like that. And by the time you get to her, there's 2 lines of drool going down her mouth.
Oh.
That's you right now,
Right
isn't
now.
it?
Ethan,
The
are you not
biscuit box-
drooling?
Well, I'm going to get mine out, I think.
Ooh,
Can I just show you
want
something
the
as
burger?
well? I don't think I've ever seen a burger fill the box as much as that burger
No,
does.
no.
Whoa.
This thing is massive.
Wow.
is.
Oh, no.
How much
What?
was it?
Oh, I've just flicked the box and all this water's just flicked me.
That'll be condensation. How
Bloody
much
hell.
was the burger?
This burger right here with a portion of chips,
Dun,
which I can say was delicious. I ate mine on the drive here.
Can you say
And
it like you're doing an advert for it? All yours for just
£4.70.
So you just didn't do what I asked. Thank you.
Sorry. Anyway, I didn't know what you really meant. Right, dive into this cold
$4.70
sandwich.
with chips.
With chips and a drink.
It has to be remembered that because it's startlingly good. But I can't get the fucker out.
Oh yeah.
It's so big.
Oh.
Immediately, Ethan, what's hitting you?
The spice.
I can't put the camera on me because my fingers are so covered in
What?
burger.
Oh, burger, yeah.
It's a hot boy.
What's not that hot, is it?
Quite spiced.
Mm.
Oh.
Right, I've taken one bite, man, because I've eaten mine quite a lot. I'm eating this quite a lot. I
Talk to us.
love it. I love it. I love the spice. I love the heat it builds. I love how crunchy it is. When you order it fresh, it's quite crunchy.
It's
and
still
hot.
got. So this bit here, like, didn't crunch at all. That.
It is
But it's still quite crisp.
a delicious bite of food. Then you've got the chips that come with it. Then you've got the Rubicon mango that I've got you and Ethan in the corner. Oh, we got napkins. Ladies and gentlemen, napkins from Ethan. So this is known as the sort of OG. The one that set the scene. The one that said, this is the burger, come at us.
Okay.
So, now we vote. Ethan James, let's go through your mind.
What do you make of it, Ethan?
Well, it's bloody massive.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh.
probably the size of my head, actually.
You what? You got a mead
Look
in?
at that.
Yeah, it is nice.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. He figured it out.
yeah,
how to
just
do that.
working that out.
Yeah,
That,
yeah, it was interesting.
Yes. It's big. It's how much money, Joe?
£4. Here's the thing. I don't think Ethan likes it because all he's doing is talking about how big it was and how good value for money it is.
It's
You're
when
not
you go
enjoying
to-
the bite of food there,
it's like
Ethan.
when you go to
no.
a restaurant and you go, what'd you make of the food? Great portion size.
Oh yeah, it's big. What? Ethan?
Well, the first point I was going to tackle is I do value for money, and I think if that's the price, that's great value for money.
£4.70.
Yeah,
That burger, chips and a drink.
that's brilliant. Well,
Astonishing,
the value
really.
for money, that's out of this world. A lot of the chicken burgers in the past, there's been some that haven't been spicy at all. There's been
Yeah.
some that, don't really taste of too much. This has great flavour, I think.
It does have great
Um,
flavour.
There's a great flavour. It's a little builder, isn't it?
What I would also like to do, Ethan, before we give our scores, not to interrupt you, but I didn't want you to say anything that you couldn't take back. I want to go through the other four, because this is the fifth one.
Yeah.
This is Miami Crispy, the final boss. I want to go through the scores that we've all given the other places.
Nice.
Mr. Fry's was the first one.
Yeah.
And it was probably the least like the rest.
Yeah,
it had
it
more of a
was delicious.
sriracha type heat rather than this is your kind of traditional, I don't know where you would say
Yeah.
it's from, but it's not like that Asian style sriracha that was in the first one. I gave it a 9. You gave it an 8.5. Ethan gave it a 9.2.
Really, Ethan? Wow.
It was a stunning burger. It really was.
Wow.
Shake B was number 2. It got 8, 7.3.
Ooh.
Ohio Fried Chicken in third. 5, 3.3 from Ethan. Ohio Fried Chicken not even in it. Then Rocco's Burger came along in fourth. Sorry, we've done 5 already.
Yeah.
You give it a 9. I gave it a 9. Equaling Mr. Fry's. You gave it a 9.2, your highest score of anything.
Wow.
And Ethan gave it an 8.8, his second highest score. Then it was Florida Chicken. We both gave it a 7.5.
Yeah, it was under par a bit.
Ethan gave it a 7.7. So as it stands, your most highly rated is Rocco Burger 9.2.
Yeah.
Ethan, your most highly rated is still the first one, Mr. Fry's
Yeah.
9.2.
Yeah.
And my most highly rated is tied between Rocco Burger and Mr. Fry's at 9.0. So there's some high scores to
There
beat
is some
here if
really
Chris
high
wants to do it.
scores. What's interesting is, I think we should generally just think of a number now without thinking too much about the scores we've already given.
I need one more bite.
Okay, one more bite to deliberate. I'm gonna play it safe down the middle.
5.
No. I can't really decide if it was better or worse than Rocco's. So I'm going to land my score at a 9.2.
Wow.
And say they are tied as two of the best spicy chicken burgers I've ever had. And now the law of averages. I do. It's nice, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah.
Over to you, sir.
The problem I have is that I'm only eating the bite I'm eating. I've never had Miami Crispy before.
Yeah.
You have the advantage of having had it hot and fresh. And your mind can kind of make up the difference between what we're having now and what it's like at its best. Do you know what I mean? You can sort of imagine that scale and vote somewhere on that scale. I can only review what I've eaten. And I imagine it would be crispy.
Yeah.
I imagine it wouldn't be slightly sweaty. I imagine it would be nice and hot. But the thing I've eaten is none of those things. Do you know what I mean? The thing I can say, the spice level is perfect. I love that it's slightly concerning, but not worrying. Do you know what I mean? The spice level is spot on. I love the scale of it. I love the
massive.
It's absolutely massive. The value for money is incredible. But the food, the bite I've eaten, isn't as good as the bites of other burgers I've eaten.
Circumstances just meant we couldn't get it as fresh.
But what do you want me to do? Pretend that it was a better thing than it was? Just because it could have been better another way?
Do you know on Top Gear when it was a rainy day?
That's what I mean. It almost should have like a wet lap grading.
What?
So I'll give it a cold burger rating. Yeah.
CB.
So it's never going. It can't.
CBR.
CBR. I'm going to give it an 8.7. I think it's a very good burger, but it was cold and it wasn't crispy. It's got a cold burger asterisk next to it, but that wasn't as nice an experience as Mr. Fry's or Rocco's burger, just because it was 2 hours old, which is no one's fault. But how could I, in good conscience, say that was better than something that was almost as good, but arrived hot and crisp? 8.8. 8.7, sorry.
Oh, Ethan James.
It's a good point from Drew.
Thank you.
Which one?
It was a good point from Drew, and I'm thinking that when I opened that box, the first thing I saw was actually my vision got robbed of me. The vapor of the box.
The vapor.
Just stunned me, splashed me and took away my sight, and my glasses were covered, and I thought I didn't really know where I was, but then I cleared up my glasses and I was back in the room.
Yeah.
And I thought I gave it a good bite, and it was a bit on the soggy side, which probably as a result of the tsunami that hit me. And I thought that you might be called Miami Crispy, but there's nothing crispy about sogginess. Do you know what I mean?
Miami floppy.
You're exactly right. You've all been so tired. Listen, boys, I can pick up the crispy boys, but it's gonna be You knew the science behind it waiting there for an hour.
But I must say, the heat of the chicken counteracted the wet and the cold.
Yeah.
And actually made
it brought you in from the cold, if anything, didn't it?
Exactly. And I actually thought the chicken, the flavour of it was maybe the best chicken we've had. And do you know what the most essential part of a chicken burger is in my book? The chicken.
I love that.
So
love that. The guy's a traditionalist. I'll respect him for that.
You have your morals, you stick to them.
But I must say, I hate also getting my hands messy, and it fell apart. So there's pros and cons, is what you probably saw from
Sounds like there's a score coming.
So, you know what? I agree with Drew. I think this is 9 out of 10 potential.
Definitely.
So I say to others who are thinking about getting a chicken burger Manchester, go here. I think this has the potential to be the best one we've had. But based on my taste today, it's sadly not. So it falls short. And I'm going to give it a slightly higher score than I've tasted. And I'm going to agree with Joe with 8.8 because it just falls short. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, agree with me. He's gone slightly higher than me. But I agree with you.
Best things. I'm going to agree with Joe.
I'm
going to give it a 9.9.
It has got that cold burger score, But it's a phenomenal burger. And like Ethan said, you can tell it would be amazing in person.
So overall,
Overall,
who's the winner?
so in sixth place,
Yes, I love this one.
the lowest scoring of the contestants was Ohio Fried Chicken.
Yeah, forget about it. Disgusting.
Not disgusting. In fifth place, and this is gonna surprise some, Florida Chicken.
Wow.
One of the big boys.
That will upset a lot of the big players, Ethan. What
That
have we
will
done?
upset a lot of the big players. In fourth place was Shake B.
Oh, Shake being fourth. Wow.
Shake B in fourth. In third place, tied third and second place. So there's only one after this, and the winner is after this, right? Is Mr. Fries and Miami
Oh
Crispy,
my God, so the
meaning that the
winner-
winner is Rocco's Burger.
Ah, do you know what
The
reflection?
underdog, Rocco's Burger, coming out of nowhere
A
with a
reflection.
rocket of a 9, the only one to score a 9 out of 10 club average. 9.0. Miami Crispy and and Mr. Fries both scoring an 8.9. It is razor thin at the top.
I think when I look back at it and reflect, I do agree with that.
Rocco's Burger was phenomenal, wasn't
the
it?
best. It was the best, Ethan, wasn't it?
I can't remember them all now, to be honest with you.
Good lad.
Yeah, well, very well.
Well
there
done
we
to
go.
all of them, though.
Well, do us a favour. Go on a trip yourself. Go
Yeah.
on a journey. Your Sloppy Joe's journey.
Go on a
Try
journey.
all
And if we are
these.
to recommend 3, it is Mr. Fries. Is that in Levenshulme?
Yeah,
Rocco's Burger in...
they're all pretty much on the same road here.
Okay, and Miami Crispy in Burnage.
Yeah, if you keep driving, you'll find them.
So go and check those 3 out. They are the Sloppy Joe's certified, recommended spicy chicken burgers in Manchester.
Right
There
then,
they are.
what I can say to you is go on our Patreon, patreon.com/SloppyJoesPodcast, part 2 of our behind the scenes vlog in New York City. That involved a tailgate party. It involved me entering a restaurant where people sang to you.
Yep.
It involved us getting a bit drunk and a bit boozy. It involved lots of good behind the scenes content.
Fantastic.
It's available for you to watch now. Right, Joe?
Thank you very much.
We'll see you soon, everyone.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Oh, yes, and we'll see you again.
Oh, it's a new... Well done.
It's a
hold on,
new one
stop,
every
stop,
time.
stop, stop.
Yeah, what's this?
What is this?
What do you mean?
What is this finale?
New sign off.
Just think sometimes we're a bit samey. We need new ideas.
And
Okay,
we'll
should
see
we
you
do again?
again. Wave, Ethan.
And I'll see
You don't need
you
to say it again.
I
again.
said it before.